Morning guys, welcome to another edition of Sharp Solutions, carpet and upholstery cleaning, supply, install and repair. So this first job of the day, which was scheduled for 2.5 hours, which is a stairs and landing and 2 bedrooms, has now turned into about 3. And the reason for that is these carpets are in quite bad condition fitting wise. They need tidying up. The soiling level I'm not too fussed about at all. Shockwave on this job today will knock that straight out. So obviously we'll be starting off with a vac it all up, then I'm going to tidy it all up, and then we'll go from there. But let me show you exactly what we're dealing with. So just standard, well, it's not standard soiling, you'd see that as heavy soiling, but these are synthetic carpet, so I'm not too worried about it, and it does look like soiling the way it's placed. They're not in great shape, to be fair. Customer wanted them tidying up, and they asked us if we can basically make these carpets good, with a few pictures of the fitting issues and things. I said, yeah, we can tidy those carpets up, re-stretch where needed, and get them deep cleaned. Today we'll be using HWE, so that's going to be hot water extraction, not just rinse extraction. We are going to throw some heat in there. So it needs a good vac, as you can see. Not too bad though. It needs putting back into this door bar here. I'll get it from the other side so you can see that. So it needs re-stretching into there so that doesn't get any worse. And this room, to be fair, would get away without anything else, which is a plus. There's some damage, a few pulls here, but it didn't want to go to that extent, so that's being left. This is the room really that needs major improvement. It's quite bad. The eye's picking it up much worse than this camera. So you can see the carpet's riding up all over the place on the skirting boards here. I've just lifted the carpet back slightly and the underlay is actually shifted, so that does need taking care of. You can see the underlay is rided over there, so that needs sorting out and putting back on correctly. So we'll do that. And as you go round, the general tidy up. Now, there is quite a bad area here, which I won't have them hold us to. They've painted the skirting boards and it's literally leaked down onto the carpeting line. I'll show you this area here. So yeah, you know, we won't be worried about that too much. We'll use a solvent pre-spray in this room. I might even use a mix of the both, an enzyme and a solvent, because these are synthetic carpets, and as long as it's rinsed out afterwards, no harm's going to be done. So stay with us, guys. Like I say, I think I'll tidy this room up before vacuuming or anything else. So knee pads on, tools out. So that's the spare underlay that had rode up that skirting. It's not come away down the line, because sometimes what can happen is the whole run of underlay can move, you see, and shift up. So you do have to check that, because otherwise you'll be left with a dip. But no, it's actually stretched this out, so that's what's been taken off there. Now we'll put the carpet down, we'll have a look at that, and we'll take all this access off. We'll get that tucked in nice and neatly. It's a bit of paint down there. Feels like it could be oil-based paint. So I'll put something on that. Right then, so it's been stretched all the way up to that doorway, in the doorway, all the way around the edges. So as you can see now, it's all been cut flush and tucked away. What the previous fitter had done here, there's a gap between the subfloor and the skirting board. Now obviously many of you will know that you can get filtration through those. So what the fitter's done, with it being quite a large gap, it actually tucked under about 1/2 inch on that side. So it's not a bad idea, but what we trimmed off was far too big to go under. It had stretched slightly. So what I'm going to do now is just vac all this area, and then I'm going to move over these light items here, just a chest of drawers. It's very light. Move those over to that side, because this side is going to need a re-stretch as well, and obviously a vac, and we'll see what we can do with that there. Have to be careful around that bit in front of the head, because that's a pull. This is a loop pile carpet. Any upright vac with a beta bar underneath would definitely catch that and ladder it, and you don't want that. You can hear all them crunchy bits going up the back. I have had a few messages of people, especially in the States, asking for more crunchy back work. I don't know, it's a fetish or something, I'm sure. So here you go guys, eat your heart out, listen to that crunching. Let me get you some crunchy bits. There we go. Straight up the vacuum. Right. No more of that on that side. Let's get this furniture over. Okay, so furniture out of the way. You can now see what we're up against. Again, it needs stretching up all around these sides. I mean, look at it there. It needs stretching this way, tucking in correctly, fixing, and then a good vac. Right then guys, so it is now all pre-vaced. And it does make a difference. Looking at it second time around, I've turned on a bit of light. You can see the difference now, it's pre-vaced. Obviously you've got the large particles that are gone, but you've also got the dry soiling. Here's the bedroom. It's already looking better. Now that was that back wall, which what I thought was like paint, where they'd use like a spray system to paint the walls. It actually turned out to be a powder. Now, if it was talcum powder or cocaine, no one will ever know, but it's now in my vacuum, so end of that. Right then, let's give it a really good soup mix. Like I said before, we're going in with a solvent, an enzyme, and a good glug of hydrogen peroxide, 12% on this. We need to throw everything at this to get some decent results, so stay with us. So then, that soup mix that I made up, it's worked a treat. Now I'm going to be totally honest here, because I think honesty is always the best way. This house, okay, it's got no hot water. Now, I could use, obviously, my heat and run machine to get hot water to the machine for extraction, but sometimes chemistry can literally, you know, be the beginning and end of, you know. And that mix that I've made up and I put on here, this is at a light agitation throughout. Now you're seeing the state that these carpets were in. So what I'm basically saying is that enzyme, solvent, and 12% hydrogen peroxide has got to work straight away with cold water. I'm half tempted to just flush with cold water just to see what sort of results I get, because you know this is on light agitation as well. So that down there, I believe, is hair dye. Now this is a polypropylene carpet. I have put rubbing alcohol on there as well as all the paint marks that were there. So you can see it's taken the gloss paint marks out, but this one here we might have a little bit of trouble. Now I will get the hand tool on it if so, and we'll flush it out like that. Sometimes when polypropylene carpet, that was a mouthful, gets old, the fibres get scored. Now this carpet is very old, so 100% of these carpet fibres have been scored. So what happens then is it's no longer kind of a stain safe carpet, because the fibres will take on colours, you know, and things that normally stain, like inks and hair dyes and that kind of thing. So I'm really looking forward to see if I can get that out, as sad as it is. But that's my piece on this job. When you walk into a job, you will always get to a point where you think, that might not be easy. That's my piece, so let's try and get that out. Okie doke then, good people. That is a wrap. Now, as you can see, it came up really, really well. This customer's definitely going to be impressed. Read all the reviews and knew we was a company to call. There's loads of companies like mine that really take pride in the work and get it as good as possible. Touching on when I said, obviously, that I cleaned with cold water today, you know, that is the honest truth, because the tank isn't working. I wanted to do a little bit of an experiment, so I didn't chuck on the heat and run. I just literally went with cold water and put my faith into the chemistry, you know, the chemicals, the solutions. I wouldn't advise ever using enzymes with cold water, because it doesn't activate them correctly. They need that heat to activate the enzymes to obviously help cut through the soiling faster. However, I have used enzymes with cold water before and got great results, so I knew I wasn't in doubt. It's come up absolutely fantastic. All in these doorways we had major soiling. That landing was just absolutely a state. The whole thing has just come up absolutely lovely. All that paint that was down this back wall, totally gone. You know, there's nothing to hide. It's all been tucked away lovely. It looks like a different carpet from what we walked in on. And that's what I go for every time. My business is tailored to repair, install and maintain or restore. So till next time guys, stay safe and have a great Christmas.